Hey guys, so in my video I'm going to demonstrate how I make a brunch quiche. For those of you who don't know, a quiche is pretty much a pie crust filled with egg custard, vegetables, cheese, and meat. So let's get started. So the ingredients I'm using are breakfast sausage, whole eggs, heavy cream, whole milk, button mushrooms, spinach, salt, pepper, dried oregano, red pepper flakes, Monterey cheese, and yellow cheddar. And you can substitute all the ingredients however you feel. So first things first, I'm going to set my oven to 400 just so I can blind bake my crust. I bought a store-bought one, you can see it here. It just makes it easier. So it was 2 crusts. My pan was deeper than the pan that they had, so I just took both crusts, made a ball, and I'm rolling it out to get it large enough to fit my pan that I have. So I'm just gonna be rolling it out, and here I'm using Aunt Jemima's pancake mix because I ain't had no flour, so gotta make it work. Do what you got. So I'm going to butter my pan to get it ready for the crust. So the easiest way to get up your crust is just rolling it onto the pin and back onto the pan. So now just get the dough into the pan and make sure you press evenly all around the sides and the edges. In this case it's just a round pan, so I'm just pressing all the way down. Now just grab your fork and poke a lot of holes, and this prevents it from bubbling up while it bakes. So I'm going to pop this in the oven at 400 degrees and let it bake for 5 to 8 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to prep my other ingredients. So I'm going to take my breakfast sausage here, I'm going to take them out the casing just so they can be loose and I can cook them kind of like ground beef pretty much. So I'm going to just take everything out the casing and I'll be right back. If you choose to, you can just leave them in the casing and just dice it up if you want. But I prefer to take it out the casing just so you don't have that texture difference. So we're going to set that to the side, wash our board, and come back and move on to our next ingredient. So I'm just going to dice this red onion. That's going to go with in the pan with the breakfast sausage when I saute it. So next I'm going to get some garlic, if it wants to stay on the board. Just going to slice it up as well. So now we have all our 3 ingredients, so we can start sauteing in the pan. Some olive oil. I'll say maybe a tablespoon just to get it started, and then as you go, if you need a little more, you can add a little more. But try not to put too much oil because it's going inside of a pastry dough and we don't want it to be soggy. So I'm just going to cook this down until all the meat is fully cooked. Season it with my salt, my red pepper flakes, the oregano, and a little bit of the paprika. And you see I put a hefty handful of the oregano. Just cook it down. Had to catch some flicks for the Instagram stories. Working double time. So once my mixture is done, I'm going to start on the next ingredient, which are the mushrooms, and season every component as you go. Don't over salt, but just add enough salt just so it's seasoned enough, so it has some flavor. So I'm going to do the same and cook the mushrooms down as well. And I didn't put any oil, if you noticed, because I wanted the mushrooms to release their water. So quick tip, just add some salt with the mushrooms. They'll start to release their water and they'll start to dry out. Then you can add a little oil to get them with some color. Once I'm done with that, I dump that out and I'm going to add my spinach and a splash of water just to steam it and cook it really quick. And the same thing again. So I'm taking the spinach and I'm going to chop this up pretty small. I want this to be evenly dispersed throughout the whole quiche and not just big chunks of spinach throughout the whole thing. I'm going to chop it up really small, and I'll be right back to the next step. So I'm taking my mix with the mushrooms, the sausage, the onions, the garlic. I'm going to add the spinach right into it and mix it all in. And this is pretty much my vegetable and meat mixture. And I'm not really going to let it cool down just because it's not necessary. You know, it's going to go by pretty quickly, so you'll see in the next clip what I do. So here in my bowl I have the eggs, which were 5 eggs, cream, the whole milk. I've added black pepper, some salt, and I'm going to whisk this. Once I'm done, I'm going to add the cheese. So whisk it very well. The egg whites need to be incorporated very well. This is very important. So I have my egg mixture that I just mixed very well, and I'm going to add all of the cheese to this mixture. Now I'm adding it to the eggs instead of to the meat mixture because, as you saw, the meat mixture was steaming hot still. If I would have put it in there, all the cheese would have melted, and that's not what I want. I still want the cheese to have its shape, its texture, and then once it bakes, it'll all meld together into one homogeneous, delicious quiche. So we're going to mix this together just to coat the cheese pretty much. Nothing really substantial there. So it's the time to build the quiche. So I could have again put the meat inside with the egg mixture, but it would have melted the cheese, so I didn't want to do that. So putting it in the quiche first, in the pie crust, first, and then I'm going to add my egg mixture and get it all in there. This looks so good. So good. So I switched to my phone, that's why it's a little brighter. And you can see all the goodness. All the egg mixture, the cheese, the meat, the crust. And I'm not gonna leave the cheese sitting on top because that's not what we want. So we're gonna mix this all in very well just to get all the ingredients evenly dispersed throughout the whole pie crust. So the foil you see here is just to protect the edges, the crust on the top, just so they don't burn. Boom, you're all done. You have just completed your first quiche. Congratulations! Again, guys, don't be afraid to change out the ingredients whatever you like. You do not have to follow my recipe, but keep in mind the key pointers. So thank you guys for watching my first YouTube video. Please like, share this video, and subscribe to my channel, of course. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Leave comments down below of what you'd like to see next. Bye guys.